In 1875, the crew of the HMS Challenger lowered a weighted rope into the Pacific Ocean and pulled up a number no one expected: 26,500 feet. That was the first time the world realized there was something unusual about that patch of ocean east of the Philippines. It was later named the Mariana Trench. In 1951, another British survey ship returned and measured an even deeper point, more than 35,000 feet. They called it Challenger Deep. But those were only numbers until someone actually went down there. On January 23, 1960, Swiss engineer Jacques Picard and U.S. Navy officer Don Walsh climbed into a steel sphere called the Trieste. It was a crude submersible, bolted to a massive gasoline-filled float, designed to survive unimaginable pressure. It took them nearly 5 hours to descend, sinking through miles of black water until they touched the bottom at 35,800 feet. Deeper than Mount Everest is tall. The pressure outside was over 1,000 times that at the surface, but the steel sphere held. Peering through thick glass, they saw something alive resting on the sediment. A flat creature with 2 eyes, moving slowly through the dark. Picard believed it was a fish. Until that moment, scientists thought life couldn't exist at such depths, where pressure would crush nearly everything. The sight proved otherwise, but there were no photographs or samples, only their testimony. Over time, some doubted the story, saying it might have been an illusion, or perhaps a sea cucumber, since no fish is known to survive that deep. Still, they had seen movement, and their lights revealed tiny white shrimp-like amphipods drifting by, living proof that the trench was not lifeless. For nearly 50 years after Trieste's historic dive, no one returned. Instead, robotic probes became the new explorers. In 1995, Japan's Keiko probe reached the trench floor and captured the first clear video since Picard and Walsh. The footage showed a quiet landscape of soft sediment and strange tracks on the seafloor, signs of slow, hidden life. By 2009, the U.S. hybrid vehicle Nereus descended again, recording high-definition video of translucent sea cucumbers and amphipods crawling across the mud. It revealed a world of stillness and survival, where every creature was built to endure the crushing depths. In 2012, filmmaker James Cameron became the first person to reach Challenger Deep alone. His green submersible, the Deep-Sea Challenger, spent nearly 3 hours on the bottom. What he saw surprised him. It wasn't teeming with alien creatures, but instead resembled a silent, colorless plain. There were no fish, only a few small amphipods drifting past. He called it as barren as the moon. But later analysis of his footage revealed traces of life too small to see at first glance: microbes, tiny tracks, and bits of DNA clinging to the sediment. Even in what looked like emptiness, life persisted. Then came new missions. In 2016, NOAA's ship Okeanos Explorer sent a robot into the Mariana Trench with live streaming cameras, letting the world watch the ocean's deepest regions in real time. Viewers saw glowing jellyfish that shimmered like lanterns, transparent sea cucumbers, and delicate octopuses drifting through the current. Every dive revealed something new, proving that even the darkest corners of the planet were alive. In 2019, American explorer Victor Vescovo led the 5 Deeps expedition, designed to reach the deepest point in each ocean. His sub, the DSV limiting factor, descended to 35,853 feet, breaking Cameron's record. What it filmed astonished scientists. Not just new life, but something far more familiar. A piece of plastic lay on the seafloor, perfectly preserved in the stillness. The deepest place on Earth had already been reached by human pollution. Later dives revealed more. Wrappers, cans, even a glass beer bottle resting upright in the silt. What had once been imagined as an untouched world now looked like a mirror reflecting our carelessness. But amid the evidence of pollution, life continued to astonish. Cameras caught sight of the Mariana snailfish, a small ghostly creature living over 26,000 feet below the surface, the deepest fish ever recorded. Its body was soft and translucent, built of cartilage instead of bone, perfectly adapted to the pressure. Inside its cells were molecules that kept its proteins stable in the crushing depths. It floated gracefully above the mud, thriving where scientists once said nothing could live. Other creatures appeared too. Giant amphipods the size of kittens, armored with aluminum they extract from seawater, jellyfish glowing like spacecraft, and Dumbo octopuses flapping through the dark with ear-like fins. Some were new species entirely, such as a white smooth-skinned octopus nicknamed Casper, discovered off Hawaii. These strange animals seemed otherworldly, yet they were products of Earth's deepest, coldest realms. During one 2016 dive, a camera captured a translucent fish hovering above a ridge, completely colorless with 2 black spots for eyes. It was only 4 inches long but marked the first time a living specimen from its family Aphionidae had ever been seen alive. Its gelatinous body and useless eyes showed how evolution had reshaped it for total darkness. It didn't need strength or sight, only stillness. Elsewhere in the trench, cameras found fields of orbs on the ocean floor. Giant amoebas called xenophyophores, each a single enormous cell feeding on particles drifting down through miles of water. In nearby volcanic areas, pale sea anemones stretched 6-foot tentacles into the current, motionless and patient, waiting for something edible to pass by. Every creature was an answer to the same question: how to exist where life shouldn't. Then scientists began listening instead of looking. They lowered a hydrophone into Challenger Deep, expecting silence. What they heard stunned them. The deepest part of the ocean was not quiet at all. It was filled with sound. The microphone picked up the low rumbles of earthquakes, the distant songs of whales, the roar of typhoons, even the faint hum of ship engines from hundreds of miles away. The trench was alive with noise, proof that no place on Earth is truly still. When the hydrophone captured a magnitude 5 earthquake, it recorded the sound from beneath the epicenter itself. During a storm, the ocean thundered for days. Whales called through miles of water, their songs reaching the trench with haunting clarity. The recordings revealed that even in the deepest darkness, Earth's voice could still be heard. But not all discoveries were inspiring. In 2017, marine ecologist Dr. Alan Jameson found that amphipods collected from the Mariana Trench were contaminated with toxic chemicals, PCBs and flame retardants banned decades earlier. The levels were shockingly high, in some cases 50 times greater than those in polluted rivers near industrial China. These toxins had traveled down through the food chain, sinking with decaying debris until they reached the deepest seabed. What scientists once believed was a pristine frontier had become a sink for human waste. A year later, researchers found microplastics embedded in trench sediments, fibers of synthetic material suspended in the water and woven into the mud. In 2020, when a new species of amphipod was discovered, scientists named it Erythenes plasticus because plastic fragments were found inside its stomach. It had never known a world without pollution. Despite everything, exploration continued. In 2020, China's Fendu submersible completed 23 dives into the trench, finding thousands of deep,